Hello there, and then welcome to Heart Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. In this video, we are looking at proportional division. Proportional division. When we talk of proportional division, what comes to mind? So, in simple terms, is the process of splitting a quantity into parts based on a given ratio. All right, you are, let's say, you are dividing a quantity, right, based on a given ratio. What does this mean? What does it mean? So let's say you have a quantity, kill. You have this quantity here and you want to divide it in a particular ratio. So you have a quantity, kill, and the ratio you've been given to divide it, A is to B is to what? C, right? So what proportional division does is, you first of all need to get your total ratio. You see, so you need your total ratio. And how do we get to the total of the ratio? We add A to B and then to C. Now, if you are able to add this, your total ratio, and we say the first part is for the ratio A, the second part going to be for the ratio B, and then the third part being for the ratio C. If we want to solve for all these parts, then for the first part, which is A, it is going to be equal to the ratio of A, that is A over the total ratio, A plus B plus C, and then we multiply it by our total quantity. That is the same thing we are going to do to get the second part. You see, so the second part that represents B is also going to be what? B over A plus B plus C, then times your Q. And then your third part, which is C, is also going to be C over A plus B plus C, then times your Q. This is all proportional division is about. You see, so if you are able to identify your total ratio and you want the part, it is just going to be simple. Now, understanding of this will lead to just some other questions that you might need to apply the concept of ratio you have already learned. So let's solve some questions and then see how we can apply what we have gone through. So our first question here says, we have to divide 600 cedis among 3 friends in the ratio 2:3:5. How do we go about it? So the first thing you need to do whenever you have this type of question is to get your total part, right, or total ratio. Some call it total part, some call it total ratio. So our total part, and how do we get that? We are going to add 2 to 3 and then to 5, and that gives us a 10, right? Now the quantity we are trying to what? The quantity we are trying to share, right? That is our kill. Is going to be what? The 600. So for the first friend, the first part, it is going to be the first ratio, which is 2. You see? So 2 over our total ratio, which is 10. Then we multiply it by our total quantity, which is 600. You see? And applying your multiplication, you are going to get what? 120. So that is the first part is 120. You see? Now for the second part, that is going to be the second ratio, which is 3. So 3 over 10, then times your 600. You see? And if you have to multiply and then evaluate that as well, you are going to get a 180. That is 3 over 10 times 600 gives us a 180 cedis. Then for the third part, that is also going to be the third ratio, which is 5. You see? So 5 all over the total part, which is 10, then times 600, which is our quantity. And that also gives us 300. So 300 Ghana cedis. So this simply means that among the three friends, dividing this quantity, which is 600, in this ratio, the first friend is going to get 120 cedis. The second one is going to get 180 cedis, and then the third one is also going to get 300 cedis. And you can confirm if what you've done is really true by adding all the parts to make sure you get what? 600 cedis. Okay, so this here is our second question, which says a drink is made by mixing juice and water, right, in the ratio 4:1. That is 4 portions of juice is to 1 portion of water. To make 15 liters, how much juice and water are needed? How much juice and then water are needed? So this is also a problem relating to proportional division. Now our total part, which we need to know, is what? 4 plus 1, which is 5. And then the quantity we want is 15 of liters. You see? So for juice, the juice, if we look at the arrangement, they said juice and water in the ratio 4:1, right? So it goes in that order. That is 4 portions of juice, or 4 parts of juice for 1 part of water. So for the juice, its ratio is 4. So the part of juice is going to be 4 all over the total, which is 5. Then we multiply it by the total quantity, that is 15. You see? And 5 divides 15, how many times? 3 times. You have 3 times 4. That gives you what? Your 12. So it means we need 12 liters of the juice. You get it? 12 liters of the juice. To get the portion of water, we already know the number of liters that we want, 15. Hence, if 12 is going for juice, then definitely the remaining out of the 15, which is 3 will definitely be for water. But nevertheless, you can try and then solve to confirm your answer. So we have the part for water. That is going to be what? The ratio of water, which is 1, all over that of 5, which is our total, right? Then times 15. So 5 here divides 15 3 times. And 3 times 1 gives us what? 3. Hence, we need what? Just 3 liters of water. How much juice and water are needed? So we conclude by saying that therefore 12 liters of juice and 3 liters of water are needed to make 15 liters of what? The drink. Proportional division is very, very interesting. It's an interesting topic. There are so many practical applications of this, right? So you can use them in finance, in your cooking, even when you are constructing. You see, so how to allocate materials based on what your project faces. Then when you want to make some ingredients, but then you want to maintain the same taste, you apply proportional division. And then when you want to split profit among business partners, you can also apply this. In view of that, I'll be giving out some exercises you can try on your own just to test your understanding. So here are about 1, 2, 3, 4 questions you can try on your own. If there are any issues, you can just let me know at the comment section, and I'll be glad to help. I do hope this video was helpful. See you in our next video. Stay safe, and then bye.